What's up, everyone? Welcome to Avenging Past 7. Welcome to day 13 of our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes free-to-play farming guide, following along with APGains' farming guide. I've been loving it. I hope you are too. We got a lot to talk about in this episode and this today, so get ready. We got a lot to go over. I'll see y'all in just a second. Well, I hope y'all had a good week. I'm looking forward to the second half of this week because it is going to be big. We got a lot to go over. So, first off, Andor comes out today, or came out today as of 3 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be watching, I think, one episode a day this week, starting tonight. So, I'm going to possibly be a little bit behind from where you are, but I'll be talking about it probably in these videos. What my thoughts are on all that. So, look forward to that starting tomorrow. With tomorrow's video, we'll be going over Andor, which I am excited for Andor. If you hear any knocking around, that is my cats being crazy, so don't worry. They have a good time in here. Got 25 tickets. I feel like I want to just save those up some more. So we'll just do this a little slow because the main focus today is our discussions. So yeah, Star Wars Andor, we're going to be talking about it. Let me know in the comments below if you have not seen any of it already. What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Are you excited about it or not? If you have started to see it, please don't spoil anything, but have you enjoyed it? I want to know. Now, second thing, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. I'm a Game of Thrones fan. I've listened to the first book, really enjoyed it. I've watched the whole show, and then I've been watching House of the Dragon. Now, Game of Thrones, I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I could probably make a long video series about it, which I'm going to do. I was talking with some friends on Discord last night, and what started the conversation is my wife and I just caught up to this week's episode. We're usually just a day or two behind on House of the Dragon, and loved this week's episode. Such a good episode. Emotion, heartbreak, love, the music, and that's my thing. The music in this show, especially of House of the Dragon, is such a good score. So many leitmotifs and emotions and feelings and songs being brought back from the original, where you already have a ton of emotion about that song from the original, and they're bringing it back into this. So we're gonna get on into that. So we were talking about my thoughts on Game of Thrones, or they asked me, I think, what were my thoughts on Game of Thrones, and I said I could probably make a 2 hour long video or a series on it, and they said I should. I mean, I know, I mean, or y'all did. I mean, I'm sure y'all are watching the video, so thank you for the support. Y'all have been a great encouragement if you're part of the Fets Empire or Fets Funhouse. Thank you. Um, and I'm like, yeah, I should. And so I thought, what if I made a 2 hour long video or really long video? And I thought, well, to do that, I would want to watch the show again because I've only gone through it once. And I thought, well, I mean, that is 8 seasons to talk about all at once. That's too much. I'd have to write a super long script. I'd have to prepare a whole bunch. It would probably take me weeks to film and then edit. And right now, I'm not happy about editing. Not that I don't like edit. Well, I mean, I personally don't like to edit, and I don't feel like I have a good skill at that, which because I haven't been doing it. So it's kind of like, well, I don't like it because I'm not good at it. Well, I'm not good at it because I don't do it. So, and I don't do it because I'm not good at it. But that's another thing. So I thought, well, what if I watch 3 episodes a week, maybe two to 3 episodes a week, and I make a video on it and I release that, say, Saturday. Maybe I can film it, I can watch it through the week, take down my notes, collect my thoughts. Saturday morning I can record and post, have it for you over the weekend. I thought, okay. Most seasons are what, 10 to 16 episodes, I believe? It's a couple seasons, that's what, season or two a month. Not even 2 seasons a month. But that's consistent episodes, consistent schedule, and it's within the realm of possibility. Because I don't want to set goals too big, or then I'm like, well, that mountain is too high to climb. I'm gonna give up. because I can do that sometimes, and I don't want to do that with this. I want to have fun, I want to enjoy it, and I want to make something. I want to share my thoughts on this kind of stuff because I love talking about movies. I'm sure you could notice by now. I love to talk about movies, cinema, TV, and it's hard. It can be hard to find people who enjoy the same thing as you. They can enjoy movies, but maybe they enjoy Transformers while you enjoy um, John Wick. And I would say those two movies are very different from each other, even though they're both action. And if y'all enjoy, if I get y'all give attention to and y'all give credit to the Game of Thrones videos, maybe I'll talk about my other favorites, but we'll see. Um, so that's my plan. We're already on Wednesday today. Maybe I'll start it off this week. Maybe I'll watch, maybe do like a video on the trailer or just an opening video, and figure something out. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a video on just the first episode, um, and start it off at that, and then do 2 to 3 episodes. But we'll start it off soon. Um, if you enjoy Game of Thrones, maybe watch with me. If there were things you liked, or if there were things you liked about it and didn't like about it, don't worry, we're gonna talk about those things. Um, maybe before each season, maybe there's because I'm sure they did season trailers. Maybe we can go over the trailers. I don't know because I never watched the trailers. I was very late to the to the show. By the time I was watching, I want to say season 7 was over, and season 8 had not yet begun. And so I started watching, I caught up, and then was ready by the time season 8 came out. And everyone talks about it. Or I always talk about it when I talk about Game of Thrones. Um, season 8 had a very good story. I'll say it now. Season 8 had a very good story, a very believable story. However, the execution was very bad. And the reason I say that is every week, my wife and I, we weren't married yet. We were dating. But we sat down, we watched the episode Sunday night. And about 3 minutes into the episode, I would turn to her and ask, "Did we miss an episode?" Every week. Because a character would make a decision early on in the episode. And I knew that that character would make that decision. But we didn't see them get to the tipping point of their character growth to make that decision. It's it it's like if Anakin turned to the dark side out of nowhere. You never see him talk to Palpatine. You never see him kill the Tusken Raiders. You never see him be scared of Padme dying. It's just Anakin being a Jedi Knight, training under Obi-Wan, being a Jedi Knight. He never questions the Jedi Order. And then in Revenge of the Sith, he turns to Obi-Wan and he questions the Jedi Order, and then he turns to the Sith. And it's like, where did that come from? We've been watching 3 movies about you, Anakin. And you never were like that before, but we saw that. George Lucas set that up. We see him lose his mother and his anger towards the Tusken Raiders. We see him love Padme and fear losing her. We see him talk to Palpatine and start questioning the Jedi. We see him talk with the Jedi Council and start questioning the Jedi Council. And then we see him turn to the dark side. So Daenerys didn't have that. We knew that her family history, she was probably going to go crazy, and she was going to turn and just wreck the city, wreck the country, not be a good queen. But we didn't see her slowly go in that direction. There should have been a slow character growth every episode. Season 8 I think had 6 episodes, maybe a little, maybe a couple more. Tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll be looking it up. But tell me if I'm wrong. Um, but it should have been twice, if not three times as long. There should have been like 2 episodes in between every episode that we did get, so that they could justify and show the character growth between episode 3 to episode 4. Because between episode 3 and episode 4, I'm not remembering exactly what's in those episodes. I'm just using those numbers. Between those 2 episodes, there was a drastic character change that makes sense to the character, makes sense to the plot. You could probably see it coming from a mile away, but you can't believe it because you didn't see the character go through the steps and emotions and events to get them to that point. You knew it was coming. You saw it coming. It makes sense, but we didn't see the growth and the journey. And that's what movies are about. Movies are about the journey to that point. It's what made Iron Man such a big deal. I was watching Max Landis. He went live last night, and I watched his video after it was over. But he was live last night, and he was talking about why did Iron Man, I mean, it was a different topic, but he talked a little bit about why Iron Man was such a big deal. And it's because the entire first movie, he's kind of not Iron Man. The entire first movie is his origin story, and I mean, you watch Superman. I mean, go back to Batman. The entire first movie, he's already Batman. You get about a couple minutes, 3 minutes of an origin story for Batman. Superman, Christopher Reeve, you might have about 10 to 15 minutes of origin story. Past that, he's Superman. Past that, he's Batman. In Iron Man, he doesn't even say he's Iron Man until the last 5 seconds. And so, so Marvel showed the journey of, here is why Tony Stark became Iron Man. It's not 15 minutes. It's not short. It's a whole 2-hour long movie. You gotta understand, this guy had a past. This guy has emotion. This guy has made decisions. You gotta be ready for it. And so you see that whole journey. There's kind of a bad guy, but the bad guy doesn't really show up until the last 20 minutes. So I'll probably do the rest of these. We're stretching on that time limit now. So you can tell I have a lot of thoughts on movies. I love Marvel. I love DC. I've enjoyed Game of Thrones, and I want to talk about it. So let me know in the comments below. What were your thoughts on Game of Thrones? Do you want to watch a Game of Thrones series, or do you want to see me talk about something else? If you're still here, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were willing to stick around with me and talk about that. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please comment below with all the questions I've asked. I know I've asked a ton of questions. So please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.